Welcome back to Just Scribble for an unboxing from MeePlus. So if you've been around my channel, you know that I have a few plotter ring planner covers and actually a few woozies. So this is one of my woozy covers. This one is in personal size. And so it holds personal size inserts. And these ring planner covers are extremely slim. They have very tiny rings in them. They're very low profile. They're very compact. They kind of force you to be very functional in them because there's not a lot of room for extra fluff and things like that in them. And I really like these covers. And recently on Instagram, MeePlus had popped up on my Instagram feed, and they sell the same kind of style of ring planners, a very slim profile ring planner. They offer them in a few different leathers and then a few different sizes, kind of the same sizes that Woozy and Plotter sell. So they sell mini size, pocket size, narrow, which is a skinnier version of personal and A5 size, and then again in a few kinds of leather. And they're a little bit unique in that they allow for some customization of your covers. Whereas with Plotter and Woozy, you don't have those customizations. You just have pick your leather and pick your size. Whereas with MeePlus, you have pick your size, and depending on that size, you get to pick your ring size inside as well. Then you get to pick your leather. You get to pick your spine color. So if you want like silver or gold or brass for the spine. So for the metal pieces on the spine, and then you get to pick your ring color as well, silver or gold. And so I had seen MeePlus on Instagram. They'd popped up quite a few times. Of course, the algorithm always knows things that you like, and so it kept popping up. And so I had checked out their shop a few times to see what leathers they offered and kind of the variety of options that they had. And then I got an email from MeePlus asking if I would like to get one of their planners and check it out and share it with you guys. And honestly, I thought about it for a second. Even though I had already checked out their website, I already knew the brand. It had been something I had kind of been looking into. I didn't want to get a cover just to get the cover and share it with you guys. I wanted to have an actual purpose and need for the cover. But around that same time, I was working on some things for my shop, and I realized that I needed a different work planner system for the shop. And I had decided that something that was in A5 size but very, very slim and portable would be ideal, because it's really easy for me to print on A4 size paper and fold it in half or cut it in half or print directly on A5 size paper. And it gives me the space that I need for the shop for drawing out designs and keeping information on products that I'm launching and all of those kinds of things. So I decided that I wanted to set up a new work planner setup for the shop. So a new shop planner setup. And I decided that an A5 size ring planner from MeePlus might be the perfect thing to use for that, because it is slim and portable, but it's rings. So it's easy for me to customize things, take things in and out, move things around, and also add things if I want. So I can print, punch it, and stick it in. And so I thought an A5 size planner might be ideal. And I do have an A5 size from Woozy. I don't have one from Plotter, but I do have one from Woozy. And I really, really like the size. I like how it feels in my hand. I like how compact it is. We're using that for goal planning. And so I thought, okay, let me try out the MeePlus. Let me try it out in A5 size, use it for my shop setup. And then I get to show you guys the MeePlus planner. I get to try it out, and I can compare it to Plotter and to Woozy. And I can also see if this new setup for my shop would work. So that was a very long-winded intro, but I kind of wanted to explain how we got here. But MeePlus has sent me this package, and we are going to open it up and check it out together. Now, I don't know what's in here. Well, I do. I know what cover is in here. I know what leather is in here, but I don't know if there's anything else in here. So it looks like there's other stuff in here because I can see inserts. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yay. Okay. Let me take everything out real quick. All right. So this is the cover. They also sent me a ring protector. They sent me the insert that has your elastic closure to keep your cover closed. And then they also sent me some inserts. So let me take everything out of the packaging so that you guys don't have to listen to that, and then we will check it out. Before we open up the cover and check it out, there are a few things I wanted to mention just so I don't forget. So MeePlus calls this cover, this ring planner system, their Slimpad. That's what they call their product, and it comes in a few different leathers. So you can get it in the Pueblo leather, which is actually what this is from Woozy. This is Pueblo leather. It comes in Butero leather, and it comes in British bridal leather, and then it comes in a Waxed Pueblo. So you have 4 leather options. Occasionally they have one-off or limited edition specialty leathers. I actually saw one that they had on their Instagram. It was this beautiful pink waxed leather, and I told them if they ever bring it back, I definitely want to order one in that leather because it was so pretty. It was this beautiful pale pink with this waxed finish. It was just absolutely gorgeous. So they offer 4 different leathers. They have different finishes on them and a different feel. And so on their website, they actually describe the leathers and how they feel and the differences between them. So you can kind of find out which leather might be the best fit for you. And then within each leather, there are different colors. So for the Pueblo leather, you have olive, navy blue, dark brown, tobacco, black, cognac, burgundy, and chestnut. And then on the Butero leather, it comes in, let's see, black, light brown, dark brown, and natural, which I almost got, but I did not. It was really hard deciding what I wanted, but that is not what I ended up with. And then there is British bridal, which comes in black, London, and Australia nut, which I think is so pretty. It's sort of a burgundy brown, it looks like. That was also very tempting. And then in the Waxed Pueblo, it comes in black, burgundy, light brown, and dark brown, and it has a sort of waxed finish. I actually got the Waxed Pueblo, so that's what we're going to check out in this video. So you have your leather choices, just like you do with the other shops with Woozy and with Plotter. But what's different about MeePlus is that you have additional customizations. So it's offered in a few different sizes. So you have the mini, so mini 5 with 11 millimeter rings. You have pocket, but you have 2 choices of ring sizes. You could get 11 millimeter or you can get 13 millimeter. And I think that that's really awesome because these rings are really tiny. And sometimes just that little bit of extra millimeter allows it to be a little bit more functional in my experience. And so an 11 millimeter ring is very, very tiny. 13 is still very small, but in a pocket ring planner, adding that 13 really gives you a lot of options for an everyday carry. So I think that's a really cool thing. And then they have narrow, which only comes in 11 millimeter. They have personal, which comes in 11 or 16, which again, I think is awesome because I think 16 is a really great millimeter size, especially for a planner that you're going to set up and kind of customize. And so as much as I love the slimness of this, that extra 5 millimeters would make this much more functional, I think, because you really can't fit much into these small rings. And I think having them just be a little bit bigger makes it still slimmer than most ring planners, but still have enough space to put the things in it you want, or to be able to add a little bit of deco for those of us that like deco in our planners. And then the A5 size comes in 11 or 16. So you pick your size, then you pick your ring size, you pick your leather, you pick the color of the leather, and then you can also customize it. So you can choose the spine color, so the metal on the spine, as silver, gold, or brass, and then you can choose your ring cover. So you can get silver rings or gold rings. And then there's accessories. So there's the ring protector that goes on your rings. I'll show you that in a minute. There's the band, which you put in there so that you can keep it closed. There's a card holder, and there's also a pen holder. They did ask me if I wanted the pen holder. I told them I did not. It's very much the same design as the Plotter pen holder. I have shared that in my Plotter unboxings. I'm not a fan personally. It's not a style of pen holder that works for me or that fits really any of my pens. And so I would rather figure something else out. So I did not get that, but they did send me the cover, the band so that I could close it, which is like on a page lifter kind of thing, the ring protector, and then some inserts, which I'm really excited about. So this is my cover, and I picked the Waxed Pueblo for a couple of reasons. I really love natural leather, and I thought, oh, the natural leather would be gorgeous. You'd get to see it patina. But because this is for my shop, and my shop is in a lot of ways a creative outlet from my regular job, my career, I thought that the wax leather would just be more fun, more creative. And I really wanted to show you guys what it looks like and how it changes over time. So my plan is to do 3 different videos on this cover. This one is just my unboxing and first impressions and kind of explaining the brand and what I was going to use the cover for. And then I'm going to do one sharing the setup after I get it set up. And then in a couple months, maybe at the end of the year, I thought I would show you guys how it looks, how it's aged, but also how the planner setup's been working, because that's just as important as the cover. So I went with the black Waxed Pueblo. For some reason, I just really loved it. I mean, it's scribbly, which kind of goes with just scribble. It reminded me of ink and paper. I know it's going to change beautifully. It's neutral. It works all year long. I just thought it would be really, really pretty. I really like this. This feels really nice. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. And then I went with silver because to me, silver goes with black. I'm a silver girl anyways, and white gold, but I really thought that the silver would look the best with the black. To me, it just kind of goes. And theirs does have a full silver bar down here, just like a plotter does, whereas on a Woozy, it's like caps on the ends. So not a full silver bar. There's no branding on it or anything like that. Plotter says plotter. Theirs doesn't say anything. It doesn't matter to me either way. And then on the inside, it's really smooth and it lays flat immediately, which is amazing. And I went with the 16 millimeter rings. So these are still really tiny rings, but because this is going to be for the shop, and I knew some of the things that were going in it, but I also knew that I was going to be printing and adding things when I got invoices from manufacturers and things like that. I wanted to be able to put more in this if I wanted to. I also wanted to be able to put dividers if I wanted. I just really wanted to be able to customize it, and I just really wanted to be able to customize it and not be limited. And an 11 millimeter ring, which this is 10 or 11 on here, it's just really small. And it wasn't enough space for the shop because you can see, hopefully, I'm going to try to do this so you guys can see, like just how much smaller those rings are. And I have 16 in my A5 from Woozy, and it's a really great size. Still, again, really, really slim, but enough space to actually do something. Ooh, this feels really good. I'm excited about this leather. It feels really nice. I'm debating on if I want to put an adhesive pocket or something inside it, or maybe I'll just put like a zipper pouch on it. The other benefit to the slightly larger rings is that I can add some accessories to this if I want to have card inserts or a zipper pocket or something like that. They do use Krause rings. Hopefully that's showing up and not blurry. And I did get silver rings because I got silver on the outside and I think it looks better with the black. So this is my cover. It's very, very slim. What do I have to compare it to? So just for reference, this is a Tomoe River paper notebook from my shop. So less than 300 pages of Tomoe River paper. And this is an A5 size. So it's going to be a little bit smaller than this cover because the cover has to accommodate the rings and also, you know, the edges to protect your pages and your tabs and things like that. But it's an A5 notebook on top of it. And then you can see the thickness of my new MeePlus cover compared to my A5 Tomoe River paper notebooks. So it's still really slim, even though I got the 16 millimeter rings. I'm really, really loving the feel of this. This does have curved corners, if you can see that, but they're not super curved, which I really like. I like the edging on it. The leather is burnished on the edge. I'm really, really loving this waxed finish. It's so pretty. Okay, so they sent me the ring protector. So the way the ring protector works is it just slides on. It's a piece of leather. It does have their brand on it. It says MeePlus, and it just slides over the rings like that. The reason being, on all of these brands of covers, there's no pockets or anything. It's a very minimalistic setup. And so the rings over time will rub and make indentions on your cover. It actually doesn't bother me. I do actually like it quite a bit. It just looks cool and you can tell that you used and loved the cover. but the ring protector, it prevents it from being as bad. So this one, I have a ring protector on my Woozy, and you can still feel the rings through there, and it still makes indentions, but it's not as severe as it would be if you didn't do that. And so it just protects the leather from showing the marks of the rings as much, and protects it from making as big of an indentation on your leather. So that's the ring protector. And then this is your page lifter that you can put in the back that has the band for closing. And so the way it works, just like the plotter ones, is it goes around like that and it holds it closed. They do offer these with charms where you can get charms for them, and so they have a little D-ring on them and you can get a charm on them. I saw one recently, one of the other girls I follow on YouTube, MeePlus sent her a cover, and hers has a little charm with her initial on it. And so you can get these with charms on it. I'm not a huge fan of that, but you can also add charms to your rings. But I don't like things really on my cover here because I don't want it to like hit the desk or make an uneven surface. So the page lifter band goes on like that. There's no pen loop, but I have lots of options for that. Again, they do sell a page lifter thing that has a pen loop on it, but it's this long like leather piece of pen loop, or it's like a sleeve for your pen, and I'm not a fan of them. I can add a pen loop to this, like an adhesive one. I can add a pen loop to this. I can use an ollie clip. I can just, you know, stick a pen in my purse or my bag, whatever. So I wasn't really all that concerned about that. I knew I wouldn't use the one that they sell or that they offer. So I told them not to send me one because I wouldn't use it. So they did send me some inserts, and they did ask me, which I thought was extremely thoughtful, what I planned to use this for, so that they could ensure they were sending me things that would be useful for my setup. And I thought that that was really nice. So they sent me some weekly inserts, and they are undated, which is awesome. And so they have this week, and then Monday through Sunday, and a place for the date. It's just a simple horizontal layout. So I got a whole nice stack of those. And then they sent me some grid paper. This paper feels really nice. So they sent me some grid. It looks to be a 4mm grid. So we have grid paper. I'm going to go ahead and put it in so we can see what it looks like with some inserts in it. And then I don't know what this is. Ooh, okay, that's awesome. All right, so they sent me 1, 2, 3, 4. No, hold on. 1, 2, 3. So they sent me 3 of these yearly plans, and it's a fold out for, if I can get it open, for the whole year. So you have all the months of the year undated, so you can use this at any time. And you have the whole year. So you put it on there and you've got 12 months, and it just opens up like that. I'm really, really excited for this. This is great for the shop. So I'm super excited. I don't think that I will set this up yet. I'll probably save it for next year because I would only be using, October through December. I'll have to decide, but we'll leave that in there for right now just to show it. And then they sent me a whole bunch of monthlies, which is awesome. Did they send me 12? Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like they sent me 10. Unless I miscounted, which is very, very possible. And they have other insert styles, and in some, like personal, I think they have more insert options. They do in some of their other sizes, and I expect they'll keep adding more. But these are really cool monthlies that I'm actually really excited about because they fold out. So you have your whole month on this bigger than A4 size paper, because A4 size is half of an A5. And so really this is longer than an A4 size paper. So you have your whole month undated, so you can set it up whenever you want, a memo, goals, and then on the back, it just has grid for notes. That is really, really nice. And so much space to write on. Oh, I'm really excited. All right, so let's just check this out. So this is what it looks like with some inserts in it. Now, obviously this isn't my setup. I am going to set this up for the shop, like I said, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you guys the setup and talk to you guys about how I set it up for my shop, because I think that could be helpful to people that have shops, Etsy shops, sticker shops, even like just social media where they use a planner for social media. And it might actually even just give ideas just as a basic work planner. And so I want to show you guys the setup and talk to you guys how I plan on using it. And then, like I said, in a little bit, a couple months, probably at the end of the year, I will come back and I will show you guys how it looks, like how it's changed, and also talk to you guys about how I like the setup and how it's working. I think this is going to be really good for the shop. I'm really, really impressed with the quality of this. I didn't have any preconceived ideas or notions about the quality. I've seen them, obviously, like I said, on Instagram. I've seen a couple of unboxings that came out around the same time that mine was on its way to me. And so I have watched a couple of unboxings of some other sizes. No one that I saw was opening an A5 size, but I didn't really know what to expect. I know it's leather and I know all the leathers that they offer. So I knew that the leather was going to be good. I knew I would like the leather. I knew they used Krause rings, so I knew the ring mechanisms were going to be really good. But I don't know this leather. I know the Pueblo leather, but I don't know the Waxed Pueblo leather. And again, I have never held one of their covers before. The corners and the edging is really well done. It's just really beautifully burnished. And this leather is soft and flexible, but it still has structure. And I absolutely love that it lays perfectly flat without any issue. And I'm really excited for this size ring. I think it is going to be just enough rings for me and not too much to keep this slim. And it will be easy to throw this in my backpack when I go to the office for my 9 to 5. Well, I don't work 9 to 5. I work 8 to 8, but for my real job, my career job, so that I can address things at lunch or on the way into the office or on the way home for the shop, because I often, process orders before work and after work. I work on design stuff on my lunch break sometimes. Sometimes I get emails from customers and things and I need to make notes. And so I want to carry this with me every day to the office, and it won't take up a lot of room in my bag. It's not much different in size than my iPad, and it's really, really slim and it feels amazing. And I just think it's fun. This leather just seems perfect for just scribble. So I am really, really excited. All right, so first impressions, I'm impressed. I like it. I like the feel of it. I like the look of it. The quality looks really, really good. And I'm really, really happy in my choice in leather and what I decided to go with. It was kind of a little bit outside of my comfort zone to pick this leather, but I am so glad that I did. I am so excited. But that is my unboxing, my first impressions, my share of my new MeePlus A5 cover. I want to thank MeePlus for sending this to me. And like I said, I will be back with a setup video to show you guys how I have it set up and talk to you guys about how I'm going to be using it, what actually is going in it, all of the things. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them down below and I will definitely get back with you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos, and don't forget to just scribble.